for what he's doing, as long as they keep getting YouTubers and keep putting them in there with MMA guys,
yes,
that's kind of over the hill, he's gonna continue to shine. It's so crazy. I remember just a while back, his brother was like, "Oh, I didn't get paid. It was just like I said before." He's want to keep his name out there, as long as you.
Floyd Mayweather has shared his thoughts on the problems with the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, despite their 31-year age difference. Jake is scheduled to fight Mike on July 20th in a summertime match that is officially recognized as a sanctioned professional fight. With Tyson's return to the ring after such a lengthy hiatus, there are understandable uncertainties about his physical condition and preparedness to compete at a high level. Some observers have expressed apprehension about the potential risks involved in Tyson participating in a professional bout at his age, and with his extended period away from active competition. In response to these concerns, Jake Paul has asserted that Tyson was the one who initiated the idea of having a professional fight against him. Paul claimed that Tyson personally reached out to members of his team to propose the bout, indicating his willingness and desire to engage in a sanctioned match. Jake Paul recently said on his YouTube channel that they're just going to say he's old and you disrespected him and all that, but I just want to make it clear that Mike Tyson was the one who wanted it to be a pro fight. Mike got into training camp and called up people on my team and said, "Let's do a pro fight." Jake down. Netflix was like, "Let's make it a pro fight." We're down, according to Paul. Tyson's involvement in training camp and his proactive efforts to arrange the fight demonstrated his genuine interest in facing Paul in a professional setting. Paul emphasized that he made sure to communicate to Tyson's team that he was fully committed to treating the fight as a serious competition with no intention of holding back or treating it as anything less than a war. Paul's insistence on Tyson being the one to make the decision to proceed with a professional bout underscores his respect for Tyson's autonomy and agency in the matter by ensuring that Tyson was fully aware of the stakes and implications of the fight. Paul aimed to uphold the integrity of the competition and honor Tyson's legacy as a boxing legend. Jake further added, "And I said to MVP co-owner Nikisa Badia, if that's what Mike wants, that's fine, but make sure you tell Mike that there's no holding back, whatever happens, and this is war now. If Mike's okay with that, then I'm okay with that, but I want Mike to be the one making this decision despite any criticism or controversy surrounding the decision to sanction the bout." Paul made it clear that he was prepared to approach the fight with the utmost seriousness and determination. He reiterated his commitment to putting forth his best effort and competing at the highest level, regardless of the outcome or public opinion. He added, "I'm going in there, and now it's a pro fight. It's on my record. I'm going to put him down, and if people are pissed about it, then watch soccer." Ben Shalom, a prominent boxing promoter, has voiced strong opposition to the prospect of Mike Tyson stepping into the ring for a professional bout against Jake Paul, particularly given Tyson's age, believes that allowing a 58-year-old to compete in a sanctioned professional boxing match would not only be inappropriate but also detrimental to the integrity of the sport. Shalom said having a 58-year-old in a professional boxing fight is clearly not professional, and that's where the line has to be drawn for these fights in Shalom's view. While exhibition matches and entertainment-oriented events may have their place in the boxing world, but sanctioning a professional fight involving a fighter of Tyson's age crosses a critical line. He argues that such a decision would effectively transform the bout into a circus act, undermining the credibility and legitimacy of professional boxing. He added, "Are okay for entertainment, but for me, it's a major step too far to make the bout professional. It is a circus act. You couldn't get anything more ridiculous." Shalom's concerns reflect broader apprehensions within the boxing community about the potential risks and implications of allowing older fighters to compete at the highest level, while Tyson's status as a legendary figure in the sport undoubtedly adds intrigue to the matchup. Shalom contends that the inherent dangers associated with professional boxing necessitate stricter standards and safeguards. Shalom added that when you think about the dedication that fighters put into their professional craft, you don't want that to be taken the piss out of when they try to take each other's heads off. There are then a lot of medical risks for an older fighter. Tyson by drawing attention to the age disparity between Tyson and his younger opponent. Shalom underscores the ethical and practical considerations at stake in sanctioning the bout. He asserts that while entertainment value may be a priority for some, The primary concern should be ensuring the safety and well-being of the athletes involved. Notably, Shalom isn't the lone vigilant onlooker. Here's talk. If Paul lands a blow to Tyson's head, he could be in danger of a brain hemorrhage. Furthermore, Tyson might end up grappling with heart issues due to a radical shift in his training routine, which could spell grave health complications for the baddest man on the planet. Stephen Hughes, a senior lecturer in medicine at Anglia Ruskin University, emphasized in an article for The Conversation that due to Mike Tyson's age and history of alcoholism recovery, he is more susceptible to experiencing a subdural hematoma, a type of brain bleeding. Hughes said that in older people, the brain tends to lose volume, which lengthens the bridging veins and makes them more vulnerable to rupture. Bleeding from these torn veins causes a collection of blood that presses on the brain, which causes confusion, loss of consciousness, neurological disability, and, in some cases, death. Apart from the health implications, there's a faction that views Tyson squaring off against Paul as a blemish on his storied career and his standing within boxing, particularly given the lengthy 19-year hiatus between matches. Richard Recker, a British boxer, has also expressed deep concern in an interview with Toport Riak, who conveyed his apprehensions, emphasizing the potential dangers associated with Tyson's return to professional competition. According to Riak, allowing Tyson to compete at his age poses significant risks both to Tyson himself and to the integrity of the sport of boxing. He lamented the idea of seeing a legendary figure like Tyson put harm's way suggests that Tyson's time as a competitive athlete has come to an end. He said Mike is definitely in danger, and I think it is sad to see that. As a boxing fan, I fight, and I don't want to see a fellow boxer at that age at 58. I just think he has had his time. Riak Po's sentiments echo those of many boxing enthusiasts who view Tyson with reverence and admiration for his accomplishments in the sport. To witness Tyson potentially facing a feat at the hands of a YouTube personality like Jake Paul would, in Riak Po's view, which will tarnish the legacy of a boxing icon and diminish the sport's reputation. Riak Po added, "I think Mike is done and should stay that way, but people will do what they want to do at the end of the day. I feel like it is just dangerous, and the idea of a YouTube boxer beating Mike Tyson is not a nice feeling for me." Moreover, Riak underscored the inherent danger of a matchup between Tyson and Paul, highlighting the physical and psychological risks involved as a fellow boxer. Riak Po expressed empathy for Tyson and urged caution in allowing him to return to professional boxing. He further added that he could have that on his record, and it is not nice as a boxing fan because we see Mike Tyson as a legend. Overall, Riak's comments serve as a poignant reminder of the profound impact Tyson has had on the sport of boxing and the importance of safeguarding his legacy as discussions surrounding the Tyson-Paul bout continue. Voices like Rekor provide valuable perspective on the ethical and practical considerations at stake, while ESPN's Stephen A. Smith has voiced his strong disapproval of the upcoming professional boxing match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. In an impassioned statement, Smith expressed his sadness and disgust at the prospect of the bout, citing concerns over the age and experience of both fighters. With Tyson sharing glimpses of his training regimen on social media, the excitement among fans continues to build as the former pro boxer prepares to face off against the YouTube sensation, speaking to Talk Sport in anticipation of the fight. Warren minced no words in expressing his disapproval of the match's sanction status. He emphasized that, at 58 years old, Tyson should not be engaging in professional fights, labeling the decision as a straightforward matter. Warren expressed astonishment at the fact that Texas had granted a license for a 58-year-old to compete in a boxing match, suggesting that such a decision might have been more palatable if the bout were categorized as an exhibition. Warren added, "But let's get it right. Mike Tyson is 58 years old and he shouldn't be fighting. It's as simple as that. If it were an exhibition, you'd get half away with that, but the fact that Texas has licensed the 58-year-old to fight Warren's criticism extended beyond the realm of boxing regulations to touch upon broader ethical concerns. He likened the fascination with Tyson's fight at his age to being stuck in a traffic jam on a motorway where spectators are merely drawn to a crash without any productive outcome. According to Warren, the decision to sanction the bout reflects poorly on the boxing authorities and defies common sense. According to Warren, what does anybody need to say about that? Anyone with an ounce of brain knows that it is ridiculous. Let's get it right. You can be on a motorway stuck in a traffic jam and you get to the end of it, and all it is people who have stopped to look at a crash. And that's what this is, despite acknowledging the potential for an initial burst of energy from Tyson reminiscent of his heyday. Warren predicted that the match would ultimately devolve into a contest between a 58-year-old man and a younger opponent. He cautioned against romanticizing Tyson's past achievements and urged viewers to approach the bout with a dose of realism as Tyson and Paul prepare to step into the ring. Warren's comments serve as a sobering reminder of the need to uphold the integrity and safety of the sport during the matchup. May generate significant buzz and excitement. Warren's critique underscores the importance of considering the implications of sanctioning fights involving retired athletes, particularly those of advanced age. He further added that what will happen for one round is that you're going to get vintage Mike Tyson. He'll come out throwing bombs for one round, and then it'll be a 58-year-old guy in the ring with a younger fella on the other hand. Floyd Mayweather has recently explained the problems with the upcoming fight. His recent critique of the Tyson-Paul bout has stirred controversy in the boxing world. Mayweather's reactions to the fight stem from various concerns, including the age difference between Tyson 57 and his opponent Jake Paul 27.
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be good.
However, Mike Tyson has responded to Floyd. His response seems to indirectly address Mayweather's skepticism during a recent chat with Max Kellerman on ESPN's sports section. Mike Tyson dropped a bombshell when it comes to today's boxing scene. Manny Pacquiao's matches are the ones that truly capture his attention. Tyson said, "No fighter in the years I have witnessed looked more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night." Name a fighter that looked more sensational than Pacquiao the other night when the topic of Floyd Mayweather was raised by one of the hosts, Marcellus Y. Tyson wasted no time in dismissing any comparison with a tone of authority. Tyson asserted that those who equated Mayweather's skills with Pacquiao's sensational display against the Rios were neophytes in boxing. Tyson said, "That shows you're a neophyte in boxing. You don't know much about boxing. No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing who looks as sensational as Pacquiao looked against Rios in the end." The upcoming match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has sparked significant debate and controversy within the boxing community and beyond. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.